Buddy, it's Bullseye. Give me a second. Give me a second. This is gonna take a bit, because honestly, we got quite a few things to cover, don't we? Don't we? Hello, everybody. It's Bullseye. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. This one is going to be fun. My avoidance. Yeah. Because he's like he. So like basically that's it. So he's gonna say a lot of things. He's using my Puff out that actually. He's gonna use my face as the and say he's retarded. He's obsessed with it. He's this, that, the other. We're gonna get into a few things, and boy, oh boy, don't we have a lot to discuss. Oh boy, it's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a good one. Strap in, everybody. Get your cold beers. Let's have a nice nighter, cause we're going in. We're going in hot. We're going in hot. Okay, we're just gonna start. I'm gonna share this because who knows, right? I'm gonna turn on the comment section. He goes, oh boy, we're gonna have a good time. So yeah, I'll let people roll in. So yeah, shared my stream. So we're doing it. Scott has made quite a bit of videos. In fact, has been uploading quite a bit about a lot of people. A lot of people. And quite shoots himself in the foot quite a bit. So we start with defects from the main topic any chance he gets. Obsessed with Scott with a group of biased, double standard, hypocritical, gang stalking sociopaths. Well, that's quite a mouthful of fucking terminologies you don't understand. We're kicking it off with crazy shit already. Like, hey, man, just throw anything and roll at the stakes. That's what he's doing. Just, well, whatever works, right? Like, hey, is this working? Is these terminologies sticking yet? Like, I know I don't know what they mean, but like, whatever works, right? Hey, man, I know I sound like an idiot using these terms, but hey, I know something, right? Like, okay, this is like, come on, dude. At this point, don't you get tired of looking like an idiot? Do you not get tired of looking like a freaking idiot? Like, I'm not even started yet, dude. Already. Alrighty, we're gonna start off, okay? We're gonna look into things, okay? We're gonna look at you. We're gonna really dig into you, okay? And it's not even just me. It's not even just me noticing things, okay? Okay, and this is me being nice. This is me being nice. Imagine if anybody else was covering this stuff. A Ken, a Dave, a Danny, anybody else, even a Joe Cronin. They'd have a blast. They would go balls off the wall, making you Scottent. This is your Scottent. They'd be humiliating you. This is me. This is kind. This is kind. I don't think you understand how nice I'm being to you right now. I haven't even made an insult to you. This is how easy it is, right? Already with a bunch of fucking mouthful in your statement. So let's listen in to this. By the way, like, you could see there's a knot on my head. Like, I've talked about this, like, in a donation with Ken. So, like, but that doesn't matter, right? Who cares? Already with the claim that I'm lying, okay? Already the claim. He's not going to explain why he would not be Scott Sugar. After everything I explained last stream that says, yeah, the way he types, the way he says, basically everything. Everything. Saying the same things that Scott would say about me or anybody else. We're going to go into those things. But he's going to completely ignore that. Oh, you're just lying if it's me or not. Okay, fine. We're going to get into that too. Fine, let's hear you out. Uh-huh. 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 Oh, I gotta. Is that Evie's being gross? The comments. Hey, stream. You should show me the comments. I just saw Dave. Come on, hold on. Hold on. I'll go to my stream. He's got to talk about. I'll roll it back for a bit. Okay. Come on, dude. Let's just work. Just work. I'm asking you to work. Hello, Dave. Oh, there's no audio? Okay, I see. So you're hearing me, but not the audio. Okay, I'm gonna pause.
Your channel.
Okay, so I unpaused it.
Oh, who lives in a dent under the dent?
Okay, there we go. Okay, so I think you're hearing it now. From the clip. Do you hear now? I heard the clip, so yeah. Hopefully that got the thing situated. There we go.
Denty forehead. The dent of all dents being a full Riri again. 37-minute long video lying about me being Scott Shaker in the comment section. It took me forever to even find where all those comments were, but I did find them. I was pointed in the right direction. It is on the Scott Shaker.
I was just pointed in the right direction by somebody, like I didn't know where it is. It's not me at all. Both of your shit, you're just lying about it. You're just lying.
Just like everybody else is lying. I guess you could say I'm lying because there's no proof of you actually being Scott Shaker. There is, by the way. But yeah, I'm just lying because there's no actual way to prove it, right? Right.
Channel on the one video he uploaded on Ryan, which is Bullsy's logic to how I must be Scott Shaker, because it uploaded the video Bullsy wanted, even though those videos were on my channels. And with
which channels, Scott? Which ones? Speaking Facts, MK Ultras, Drama Wars. Which ones on your channel? Which one, huh? And no, it was not uploaded. What I was asking for, because you don't seem to understand what I'm asking, or you do, you're just acting like you just, it goes through one ear at the other. Who knows what is with you? What I asked was two things. First one, where is Ken? Where did Ken threaten your family? Which was the first stream I made when you claimed that the first time. But of course, you ignored that. So, and another one I was asking for is where Ryan doxed Joe. And I covered that and I made this explicitly clear. Okay. At this point, there's no excuse. I'm tired of this, really. Go over this because you're a fucking retard. Okay? Scottent, that's what you are. Scottent. It's mind-boggling at this point for you to act like you don't understand what is going on, or you don't. Acting like, well, I did prove it. What did you fucking prove? Huh? What'd you prove? Nothing. Because you made a freaking short video, showing that Tony doxed freaking Joe. Right? You made another video.
Well, Ryan threatened Joe. He said he had his address.
Where's the dox? Joe or Tony doxed Joe. I didn't deny that at all. In fact, you went ahead and showed the fact Tony is just sitting there going, hey, I got his address. Yeah, I got his address. Wait, where am I? Here's his address. The fuck, dude, what is he doing? First of all, look, what? He just comes out of the fucking blue like, here's his address. Like, and you're just showing that off. By your logic, by the way, by Scott, well, let's just pretend you're not Scott Shaker, okay? Because apparently you're not Scott Shaker, and that's a lie. We'll get into that later, huh? That's a lie, right? Just like you're not 10 plus 10? You gonna say that too? You're not 10 plus 10 that just came out of the nowhere? You're not any other account. You're not speaking facts. You're not any of this. You're just teaming up with each other, right? Conveniently. Oh, dude. That is just tip of the iceberg with you, isn't it? Let's continue, shall we? So, Tony comes out. You show that on your freaking clip. So basically, by Scott Shaker's logic, because you didn't want to show that either. Like, I didn't want to show that because I'd be a doxer too. So are you a freaking doxer? Since you're also saying it's on your channel. Congratulations. You're a doxer yourself. Here's the funny fact, though. If you did show this Ryan doxing, it's just Ryan crossing out road and street addresses. So really, it's nothing. I've already been over this with you. And what are the odds? Look who shows up. Hey, have you been watching AEW? Oh, wait, never mind. Hey, have you been watching AEW? And kicking ass right now. Wish you can do awesome EW videos. Tony, he deserves respect most. Well, okay. That's an interesting segue. Hey, Dave, you got an AEW fan in here. What do you think? Hello, Dave Rose. Interesting segue, but maybe later we talk about AEW. All right. So, I digress. We go back to talking about the real issue here, the real things people came for. And we can talk about wrestling all day long the next stream. All right. So, back to Scott McKinnon. Okay? Back to Scott McKinnon. So, I've already demonstrated all this. I already explained all this. I went through the logic with you. I went through all of it with you. Step by step. I went baby steps with you. And you just can't do it. You just can't do it. So what are you going to be left with? Because you made that video and talking about the video where Tony, you're just showing that where Tony's just typing it like it's a formatting it like it's he's writing a book or something. Who knows? And you're going there, sitting there going,
"Can help me, please? Help me, I can't prove Ballsy wrong. I can't prove Ballsy wrong. I can't prove him wrong, I need help."
Right? Because you can't prove Ryan Dogs Joe. Can't do that at all, right? Hold on.
They say...
I'm going to really turn my...
I can't prove him right. He's right. I can't prove him wrong.
Right? You need help proving something that you can't prove? Not even the first time this happened before.
Both of my channels, Bolsey, that you're subbed to both my channels.
I'm subbed to him, apparently. I'm apparently subbed to both of his channels. I don't even know where he thinks I'm subbed to him at all. But it doesn't... No, I'm not subbed to you. I don't even know where that comes from. Why do you think I'm subbed to you? But it doesn't even matter. Like, why does he think I'm subbed to him? Like, he can see on screen that I'm not subbed to him at all. I even went through the fact that even if I was subbed to him, it doesn't really matter. Like, he wants to talk about whether I'm subbed to him or not. Why? Why is that important to you? No, I'm not subbed to you.
Drama Wars and this channel, MK Ultra.
I'm subbed to both, apparently, according to this guy.
Well, like, you have to be subbed to me, because, like, I'm subbed by you, actually, with both the channels, but I had my sub count, you know?
Well, look at this. Clear as day, I'm not subbed to you. See the subscribe button? I could click that, and I'd be subbed to you. Am I subbed to you? Nope. Why are you even saying this? We went over this, yes, last stream, by the way. But, you'll just ignore that.
That's my two channels, not Scott Shaker. Riri, lying, biased, unaccountable boy, go get lost again.
Okay, since we're doing that, shall we go to here? and just look at the evidence. We're going to look at the evidence. Just you and me. Just you and me. Okay? Okay. This is 10 plus 10. Okay? We're going to look at Scott Shaker. Okay? Let's go through it together. Let's act like that this isn't Scott McKinnon. Okay, fine. Let's look at Scott Shaker and when this account info and when it was made. Joined December 18th, 2025. And it's his first video was on March 13th. The same day I was streaming, doing a second stream on Scott McKinnon, March 13th, right? Asking for proof that Ryan doxed Joe. And Ken threatened Scott's family and harboring people in his chats, right? So we're following along. Those are the things. This account was made in December 18th, 2025, and its first upload is March 13th, the same day I did a stream on Scott McKinnon. And it comes out with a video about Ryan, conveniently, 5 minutes later. Let's see. Tell me, is that how? Why on earth would this video, this guy, this random guy, out of the blue decide that, yeah, I'm going to side with Scott McKinnon?
Doesn't matter who I am.
Says with that, Sky. Tell me, what's the deal here? What is the plan here? If this is just a coincidence, who else would it be? You tell me, Scott. You tell me. And we look at this. Look at this. Tell me. So look at this. Here's what the Ryan's a little goofy fruitcake for real, huh? So I'm trying to sound black. Ryan beginning to see a miner's face with the comma, spaced comma, by the way, and Danny and Bullseye supporting a PDF confirmed. Now, here's one thing we do know. Who are the main contractions of people who like to say people are PDF files or pedophiles? Scott and Joe Cronin, right? Right. Who's also known for going into several different accounts and doing different accounts. Well, Joe doesn't really do that. Does Scott? Yeah, he likes to go around calling people PDF files. He's calling Ryan a PDF file now. Gee, I wonder who could that be? And here's another one. Alex is a professional friend of mine named Danny with the space comma. Again, something Scott does. You're a PDFs and the Barbie doll weirdos. You're protecting LMFAO. You're done, Danny. And also and Alex knows how to get your real address. Basically saying he knows people that can get addresses. He says you can have his address, Scott. Gee, I wonder who does that. Gee, it's almost like these are the exact same things Scott has done in the past. Scott McKinnon, right? But this is not Scott McKinnon, especially with the way he types and writes, right? This is totally not Scott-esque behavior. Totally not. Totally not what Scott would say in the past. Right? Is this just a figment of the imagination? Got a message. Cool. Anyway, I can wait. Shit. He's gonna try to kill me. Yes. Anyway, continuing on. Look at these messages. Look at the messages. Tell me, if this is not Scott McKinnon, who is this? Who is this person? Why is he saying this? Who's Alex? Who are these people? Why would this guy be affiliated with Alex? Who's Alex? And why does he care about addresses? I thought he didn't want to be a doxer. But yeah, he's talking about doxing people and saying, yeah, you can have his address, Scott. Doxing. Oh, what is that? Continuing on. So let's just. So we're gonna get into Scott Shaker even more. So there's that. So here's the thing about all of this. He's also tried to. Scott McKinnon really likes to go out and say people's names, full names. He's done that multiple times. What is up, Minnesota Viking fan? Nice to see you. So Scott McKinnon has been known for doing stuff like this, right? Say names, let me say your name, and this, that, and the other, right? Just conveniently at times. Clearly to try to claim some sort of superiority. Done it to Danny already as Scott Shaker, right? Following along? We're following along. So, reading this, he's saying a name, a name that he thinks is my name, okay? Trying to say a name, something Scott would do. Say names, accuse people of PDF files, space comma, space period, space everything. Same things, denty, this, that, and the other addresses, like, you tell me. Scott Shaker is talking about addresses, sharing addresses, right? Also, in the same boat, conveniently, his first video is something within the community. So, tell me, when he's around YouTube, he just up and decided that this is the thing he's going to care about? This is the thing he's going to do? Fight for Scott randomly? Is that what you're telling me? Why would he... If Scott isn't Scott Shaker, why on earth would he upload for his first video be about Bullseye, conveniently when he's talking about Ryan and arguing with Scott McKinnon? Tell me, why would this guy care? Tell me. It's also, this is another one. Tell me, 10 plus 10. Uploaded March 21, 2026. First video was about Bullseye. March 21, 2026. Apparently, there's been AI videos, so I got a fan. I really got a fan, right? Can I ask you why? So this person conveniently makes a channel, 10 plus 10, right? New subscriber, new to YouTube, right? And the first thing he's making is videos about Bullseye, and he's tagging MK Ultra. Tell me, what are the odds of a person joining YouTube and then immediately running into fucking this? Running into my channel and be like, yeah, I don't like Bullseye. What exactly is the odds of that? And you know what the duration during these videos were made? These AI videos put together made? 2 to 3... Each one that was made from the last is 2 to 5 hours long. So one gets uploaded, 2 to 5 hours later, the other gets uploaded. So somebody's been cracking out these AI videos about Bullseye. I have a fan. So here's the question: who could this be? Right? Could it be Scott? Right? Obviously, it can't be Scott. It's just despite the fact it's March 21st and it's 2026. And Scott McKinnon's also in an argument with me, and this guy comes out of nowhere with 10 plus 10 channel and knows about all this. Knows about Bullseye and knows about Scott. Same with Scott Shaker. Just up and knows about this stuff and cares about this stuff for who knows what reason. And apparently he's in cahoots with Scott McKinnon. But what is this? It's a Speaking Facts channel. That's not even getting to Speaking Facts. Right? That is also dedicated to Ryan. Right? Yeah. So this is just many things, right? You know many things. So I ask you, all three of those channels, how come they're all faceless, nameless, voiceless, but they're out of nowhere, and they just have this information miraculously? It's just out of nowhere, conveniently, but it's not Scott McKinnon. Despite the fact they attack the exact same way. Despite the fact they use the exact same rhetoric. Exact same phrases. Denty, this, that, and the other. PDF files. Already. Doxing. Talk about doxing. Then go threatening doxing. Right? Scott-esque behavior. But I'm the liar. Right. Okay. You're none of these, apparently. Faceless, nameless accounts that nobody heard of, that conveniently somehow, for some reason, care about what goes on in this fucking abomination, this freaking no man's land inside of YouTube. Tell me, explain that logic to me. Explain that. If you're none of these accounts, who are they? Where do they come from? And why do they specifically know about this community, me or you? Tell me. I'm dying to know.
You're obsessed.
Yeah, good job there. Good job. All right. Fine. I'll put you to the test. Okay. Scott Shaker. Speaking Facts. Channel. Just Speaking Facts. The channel. Why don't you do a live? You don't even have to show your face. You don't have to show anything. I want you to just do a live stream and just talk. How come there's no commentary in your videos? That's another thing. I understand 10 plus 10. Just AI parodies, right? That's fine. Who cares, right? But if you're none of these channels, why don't you do a live? Put a voice to it. Why don't you just put a voice to it? How come you guys don't commentate? Give your takes. But you can type in the chats. But you don't want to talk in your videos. Why? Why? This isn't even bringing up the fact that Drama Wars was supposedly not Scott McKinnon until it was proven to be Scott McKinnon. Now it's Scott McKinnon. Not even bringing that up. But you're not Scott Shaker, right? Despite apparently these accounts would know miraculously know about us. Right? Apparently would care. No voiceless, nameless people. Right? I'm just supposed to believe that's not Scott McKinnon? Who would they be? Who could they possibly be other than Scott? The same guy who fights with me. Same guy in these videos is usually just about my dent. Literally. Who else obsesses over my dent? You're predictable, dude. You're predictable. But fine. Say that you're not Scott. There's your one chance. How about, you know what? How about you do a cross stream? In fact, do a collab. All three of you, you know, Speaking Facts channel, right? There you go. Speaking Facts, just Speaking Facts, right? Scott Shaker, Scott MK Ultra, Scott McKinnon, and 10 plus 10. All of you do a collab. Stream at once. See if you guys are actually different people. Are you really different people? Just do it. Just do it. If you're so for sure, and if I'm so wrong, and if I'm just a obsessed, stupid liar, you'd prove me wrong by doing a collab. You'd prove me wrong just by going live and just talking. Because by your voices alone would prove me wrong. Right? And yes, we will know what a voice changer sounds like. That's the challenge. That's the challenge. Because this whole thing of dodging, you're not even going to bother trying to prove that you're not Scott Shaker. You're not even going to bother that because you know there's too much evidence at this point. But you're going to act like anything else. So, like, what else? What else would there be? What else could it be? What really else could it be? But I'm the wrong. Buddy. This is not even... Dude. Guys. I'm kidding. I kid you not. We could go into... Now repeat. We could go into the video uploaded about the baby arm. I'm being nice about this, dude. Still being nice. I mean, at this point, you're pushing it. You keep trying. Because the amount of the videos at times of 2 to 5 hours you made AI videos about Ballsy, especially with uploading, fighting with people online, plus it's no brainer that these accounts are you, and you're going to several different accounts as of having a daughter that you're supposed to be protecting or taking care of. You're in comment sections arguing with people in different accounts and agreeing with yourself. Tell me, Scott, tell me. These aren't you? Do streams. Collab with each other, please. That's the goal. If you can't do that, that tells me enough. If you make an excuse going,
well, like, you just want to say, no, I don't have to do that. You're just a liar.
You're fucking lying. Okay? At this point, There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's you. Why even pretend otherwise? Why even pretend otherwise? Because the only thing you're doing damage is to yourself, okay? Okay. So that's the freaking goal. That's how you prove that you're not none of these accounts. The same things you've done before, but I'm going to believe this time you're not going to do that. Believe this time that you're not Scott Schick, you're not doing the same things. These nameless random accounts popping out of nowhere. Yeah, right? Right. Boy, like the doxing. Right? Yeah, like, basically, like, apparently, like, he made this.
Okay, let's be clear. Dave went after everybody affiliated with Scott McKinnon and made it be known. Ken loves Dave, Dave loves Ken. Ken consistently calls out Joe for being affiliated with bad people. Ken moderates Ryan. Ryan's probably the worst. You get the point yet?
No one gets the point. Nobody gets the point. All we see is,
How dare you say others are bad people? But when you have a person I don't like, I think is a bad person in your chat.
that's what we got from it. It's a spoiled brat. You sound like a spoiled little brat. That is what's happening. We don't get your freaking point because all that it really is that you have a person in your chat I don't like. Who cares? Fuck off. Nobody wants anything to do with you. Hasn't Ken made this point? He said he wants nothing to do with you. He wants you to go. But you feel the need to interject yourself into it. Why? Is this not clear to you? Is this not clicking in your brain? Let's go through this together. Okay? You're not wanted. Go away. You're irrelevant. You're Scottent. That's it. That's all you will ever be. You're useless. Worthless. Okay? People do not want anything to do with you. But here you are, trying to interject yourself again, trying to get into chats like always and be like, it's not me! Of course it's you. Otherwise, why would you be uploading the video? If you weren't there, you wouldn't have been listening in. But conveniently, you are. Why? But whatever. Everybody else is lying but me. Wait, you've lied. We went over everything. Again. This is one of many things. Yeah, you got the denty stuff. The good stuff, right? All that stuff. That's the video that Scott, that's just like, Tony just doxes Joe Scott for fuck reasons. Okay? This is what we'll review.
Oh.
Let's take a good look at that stupid face. Screenshot it. I don't care what you do. Because at this point, this is embarrassing. This is the most embarrassing thing. Right? So, let's go.
Oh, Kenny boy. Kenny playing dumb. Pretending that I was calling him out for bashing Joe Cronin. No, don't give a fuck about Joe Cronin, Ken.
What was the comments going?
Oh, no, it's going after Joe Cronin, but you got baby killers in your chat. You got baby killers in your chat.
What was that? Right now for Joe Cronin, but you don't care about Joe Cronin. Doesn't he was putting you on his shows, but now fuck Joe Cronin, huh?
I guess you missed my video where I called him out a couple of weeks ago, too.
When? Like in your imagination? Well, completely nobody noticed that. It must have been deleted by you.
No, I can't do it. No, Joe, I love you. I love you. Fuck him. I love you.
Nothing to do with Joe. At all.
Except you mentioned him in when you were in his chat. You mentioned Joe.
Why you call it Joe?
You mentioned it. So you can't be like you don't care when that was your main gripe.
Everything to do with you continuing for years to mod, support, and back people who do heinous shit in the community, and then you play dumb. Oh, I don't even think any of this is going on. When I tag you in countless videos of exactly what Ryan is, what he's been threatening, and what he's doing, and he has the gall to be in your chat saying, yup, agreeing.
Well, let me ask you something. What? So you should be allowed in his chats? You've threatened Ken many, many times. Many times. How many times has Ryan threatened Ken? 0. Who's those threats? What is Ryan's threats directed towards? You. You, right? But because it's directed towards you, Ken has to get rid of Ryan, but you get to interject yourself into his chats. The same guy who threatened Ken's family. The audacity of you is amazing to me. The hypocrisy is amazing to me. You're willing to be like, hey,
How dare you have this death threat in the chat?
well, stop right there, buddy. How many death threats have you made in the past? But, well, he should just allow you in the chat, huh? You should be allowed to interject in the chat.
But how could he have this guy in the chat?
Well, let's put this simply, okay? Let's just put this simply, okay? Let's follow the logic here. You threatened Ken. You threatened many of us. But Ryan threatened you in a retaliation. Not because it's a good thing, but because you two kept at it, right? Meanwhile, what was your excuse? Oh, he hung out with people you didn't like. So you're going to threaten him. The audacity is amazing to me. I don't even, there's no other ifs, ands, or buts about it. Scott is the frickin' arbiter of morality who gets to decide who can be in whose chats. Meanwhile, he can't even fucking get his own shit together. He can't even practice what he preaches. Let's go.
As in if none of it's happening. Pathological liar, bro.
That's not what that means. That's not what pathological liar means. Just because he's allowing Ryan, the person you don't like, in his chat, and just because he might agree with Ryan on some things, that doesn't mean Ken condones Ryan threatening people, okay? Ken never says Ryan is okay going out and threatening Scott McKinnon and his family. Ken never said that, okay? In fact, even if Ken knew about all this stuff, let's say he did and actually knew what was going on, I promise you, Ken would even take Ryan in the back and tell him, yo, bro, you shouldn't be doing that, man. It's the same game. It gets you to bad places, man. You shouldn't do that. Why would Ken condone that? He never condoned that in the first place. He never condoned death threats. Somebody like Scott would actually know this, but he doesn't care. It's just the fact that Ryan is in his chat, and that's the problem. This guy has issues with people in chats.
How dare you have this guy in the chat?
Fuck off. What do you care who's in whose chats, first of all? You've always harped on this. And do not fucking point the finger at Dave. Okay? Because we've been there. We've been there. Yes. Of course you forget, but we've been arguing about this before. Don't even start trying to bring up others. It is you that keep obsessing in whose chats.
We'll downplay this all and pretend that I'm somehow white knighting for Joe. When this
You were. We literally saw the chat. You were. You were doing that.
Where are you going after Joe?
Should we go over the other videos you made on Ballsy?
Oh, look, he's trying to attack Joe. He's talking about his living situation. You're obsessing over Joe.
The fuck? What do you call that? What do you call that? If that's not white knighting, then what the fuck is it?
Had nothing to do with Joe. I just said you're a hypocrite because you always call out Joe. I wasn't saying tonight.
The hypocrite calling others a hypocrite. You know, that's a many of things that is like, okay, let's just roll back. Okay, let's take a step back. Scott McKinnon is by definition the pot calling the kettle black. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, we can go down the list, but we can let this roll through, and you'll know what I mean.
You always call out Joe and the bad people over there. Oh, look what happened to Bullfrog. Oh, yeah, it must have been their side. Everybody knows, yeah, it was D. Welsh. Pretty sure everybody knows that, but
Apparently it was D. Welsh that doxed him, which, by the way, I've talked about this in the past. Yes, D. Welsh did dox Bullfrog. Yeah, I already covered this. But he's going to change his fucking statement.
I can assure you one thing, Ken. The people that are in your chat, Ryan the Heel was one of them that stalked Bullfrog back then.
Okay, so the fucking another insane allegation already. Like, already. Not even like, how many? Like a minute and 21 seconds. Already with an allegation, a freaking falsified statement. Now, apparently Ryan was stalking Bullfrog. He's going to claim next that he probably doxed him too.
Now that Ryan is this fucking mass doxer, well, everybody was convinced it was D. Welsh because he doxed Bullfrog live on air. Maybe the SWAT was by Ryan. Who the fuck knows?
But see right there? So, like,
It probably is him, so like, he's a mass doxer now, with no evidence or proof that I couldn't prove at all, but I proved it, and you're just not seeing the proof that I didn't prove. You're just not seeing it.
Okay. Let's slow down again. I'm going to ask one more time. Okay? Listen closely. You didn't prove Ryan doxed Joe Cronin. Okay? You failed. All you did is show, you said this. Doesn't matter. Okay? Listen closely, okay? I know you're fucking slow. And I know you're fucking retarded. And I know your fucking brain is fucking damaged and you're about to have a third liver attack. I know. Alright? So listen closely, okay? Where's the proof? Okay? I'm going to ask one more time. Where's the proof? Let's go.
I doubt it. I personally doubt it. But you can't.
I doubt it, but it probably ain't happen.
Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. You know you can't prove it. That's why you're saying that. Because you know. You know you can't prove anything. You know you fucked.
Rule it out. Ryan was definitely stalking Bullfrog back then.
Definitely, I'm for sure. Trust me, bro. Just trust. I just know you better believe me, or else you're a bad person and you're harboring people that are attacking family. You just should believe me, or else you're guilted by association. You're associated with criminals, therefore you're evil too. You're evil.
Videos out years ago proving that. But it was him, Geddy Lee.
Okay, what videos? And he's just gonna say Geddy Lee to just throw people under the bus. Yeah, it was all these people because I proved it before, but they're gone now. So like, just believe me, please. You're full of it, dude. You're full of it. Okay, stalking Bullfrog. You can't even know. You don't even understand terminologies. Okay, just throw them at the wall. Like, hey,
Does this work? I hope this works. I'll get one of them right. Like, I'll just throw it all at the wall. One of them will stick.
You amaze me sometimes. Actually, you don't, because this is expected from you.
And fucking whoever else, like a couple of them, were always fucking watching Bullfrog late at night. But regardless.
Like you were, huh? The same guy who was a doxer, huh? The guy who watched everybody last night, late night, huh? You do that, we can go in your history, buddy. I'm sure there's people who would love that. Bro, should we even begin? Let's begin. Let's just begin, okay? Gather around, children. Let's begin. Let's look at Scott's history of stalking people. First 50, like Grand Tribunal for one. The Evidence Marathon. First 15 freaking minutes as this guy stalking and obsessing over over a chick. I don't remember her name. He was at first 15 minutes.
How dare you hang out with people I don't like? I'm trying to protect this girl online.
Yeah. Obsessing over women online. Okay? That's just the first of many things you've done. What about Falmouth Ken? Being in his Skype messages 24/7, sending a message upon message upon message upon message. Should we talk about Shaft? I reviewed that whole freaking Skype messages. I reviewed it all. We went through those. The guy talking about people stalking while being a stalker himself. What, you know what I mean by the pot calling the kettle black? That's just the tip of the iceberg, by the way. We can go further. But I'm the fucking liar, right? It's just whatever. But whatever, right?
Getting off track. The main point here, Ken.
Well, I got a girlfriend like Ballsy. Ballsy will catch my lies. Like he's gonna eviscerate me again.
Yeah, I will.
Is that you have always harbored people and they always get tied to your name that do the most outlandish, heinous shit in this community. That,
like what?
Well, they make threats.
So have you. Okay, dude. Again, you talk about heinous shit. You've done the worst shit that people know of when in this community. Death threats. You've done them constantly. You threaten family. You've done all this. And you're acting as if this is like happening at unprecedented levels anyway, from the start. No, it started with you. It started with you, and it continued with you. And it just bled at happening to you now, and now it's a problem. So somebody does it to you, it's a problem. But forget about the fact that you've done it. No, I'm not saying Ryan was good for doing that. For one, nobody is. But that was his choice, right? And guess who he was doing it to? The same guy that was threatening everybody else and probably threatened him too. Who knows? You know, not just probably, definitely threatened him. Probably did threaten him. Yeah, probably, definitely. Just threats. Always a threat. What about 13 yards? I've reviewed that. Time's come my time. See what happens if it happens to me. That was a threat to me. Scott, you threatened me. Threatened to dox my family. Threatened violence towards me. You've done this before. You've done all this. You've done all this. Again, back to the original point. The pot calling the kettle black. I'll repeat it if it doesn't make sense. Because sometimes you just gotta pound it in somebody's head. The pot calling the kettle black. Alright? Right? This is making sense. I hope it makes sense. Not that you got a brain in there anyway. Whatever you call that fucking cum stain of brain. What else am I going to say for you? Okay? Because it's tiresome with you. You just simply do not care. Do not care. You'll say anything and hope it sticks. You don't care how stupid you sound. Just as long as the other people are bad people, you can't do no wrong, right? Right? Let's go.
leads to fucking all of us fighting and doing heinous shit to each other.
Ken's not even trying to fight with you. That's the thing. Ken isn't even trying to fight with you. You're picking a fight with him. Just like you pick a fight with everybody else.
So tonight, you let it be known where your morals stand. You think it's
Oh, look at the arbiter of morality, Scott McKenna. Let's hear him out.
totally fine what Ryan's doing. Don't pretend that you don't see what's going on, bro. You know exactly what the fuck people like Ryan and Danny and these people do. You know.
Yeah, you left out Bullseye for a good reason. Because if you were to mention Bullseye, you'd have been ripped a new one. You would have been. Oh. You didn't want to mention Bullseye. You avoided that. Yeah, you know. I know why you avoided that, because you were trying to claim that I was a threat to Joe Cronin. Don't act like you weren't. You did. You knew. You know that's bullshit. You know that's bullshit. Right? Right. I've covered those things already. Why do you keep defending Joe? You do. You've been doing this. You've been defending Joe.
How dare you, Bullseye? You go after Joe Cronin, you're trying to attack him.
Where did that come from? But you're not defending Joe. You're not white knighting for Joe. You've been doing that. You've been doing that. Realistically speaking, you can't say Bullseye was attacking anybody. You can't say he was. But here's the moral line, though. Since you're trying to draw a moral line, hey man,
Well, since you get to have people in the chat, therefore I'm gonna attack you.
Since that's the moral line, does that mean fair game on you? I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. Somebody else will. I'm saying somebody else will. And that includes I'm kidding, I'm not joking. You know, already know, Ryan and Danny will do this. And Dave. But when you do it to Ken, it's okay. But when these three are going to do it to you, they're going to do it to you. They will. Right? But no, it's just, oh, fuck
Ken, how dare you? Why am I being attacked?
Because you keep attacking everybody else. But you'd rather act like you didn't do anything wrong. Oh, well, they're being bad people and stuff. Like, how dare you? Like, you could. I don't know. You could just, I don't know, not be a piece of shit. I know that's asking a lot, honestly. Let's go.
Exactly what's going on, Ken. So you just made it be known that you don't give a fuck. You went behind the scenes live on your show just to mod Ryan's new YouTube, bro.
He went behind the scenes to mod Ryan behind his show. Can I just say, like, what do you mean going behind the scenes? You're acting as if this is like some sort of fucking planned or something to get at you. Like, as if it was somehow offending you. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you this fragile? You are. That's a dumb question, I know. You are a fucking fragile pussy. Dude, roll a fucking sack and get a job. Do something. Go get laid. I don't care what you do. Hurl yourself out the window. I don't know. Tie a freaking brick and hurl it into a river and let it take it with you. I don't care what you do. Okay? Do something manly for once in your life. Be a masculine man for once in your life instead of worrying about who's doing what.
He modded Ryan. That was totally against me. He did a deliberate attack on me by modding Ryan.
Are you serious right now? You do realize the modding of people within the chat between Dave, Ken, and everybody else wasn't because they just, let's just hand out wrenches. It was to know who is who. That's why that happened. Okay? You get it now?
And Danny's out there, there's no police file, there's no this, there's an East Muncher, blah, 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 running his fucking mouth as usual. Danny, I'm going to say something. You don't think there's a police file. I'm pretty sure everybody in the community saw Ryan with the police in his house. And you're going to sit there and still...
The police file being Ryan had freaking firearms, which, by the way, is not illegal.
Lie over reality, like Bullseye does, and say there's...
Like what? What have I lied about? You can't even point to one. Scott Shaker, yeah, we just showed evidence that you are, okay? You're only out at this point is doing a freaking collab with each other. Okay? If it's not any of you, if you're not any of these people, just do a collab. Even so, how come there's no freaking voice to them? How come they don't commentate on anything as they're uploading? Huh? But I lie over reality, huh? The pathological liar. By the way. Also, what's up, Ryan the Heel? Glad you made it.
No police file. Pretty damn sure there's legitimately 100% undeniable facts and evidence there is most certainly a police file.
Do you even know what a police file is? I don't think you know what a police file is, Scott. Because that's not what Danny meant. He didn't mean cops weren't at his house, okay? You know, yeah, like, should I even explain it to him? What do you guys think? I don't know. He's an idiot.
How fucking insane do you have to be to pretend that this reality isn't happening? So you gotta live in a fantasy on YouTube and make everything AI and lie about people.
Oh! The irony! Going back to the original point. The pot calling the kettle black. I think I got my point across with that one.
You have to make AI videos.
Anyway, there's AI videos being uploaded about Bullseye. This is not even getting to the daughter video of that arm. You really want to go there, buddy? I would recommend remaining quiet on that one. Oh boy, that is a whole fun ball game to frickin' chalk down to. We could just have fun with that if you want.
As real life shit is going down, and this guy's legitimately threatening my newborn baby.
Allegedly newborn. Granted, for the sake of charity, that it is yours, Scott. Despite the hazy details of the timeline of when the baby was born. Again, I'm gonna be very kind and say, don't bring up your baby again. Don't bring up your kid again. Ever. Stop. It's annoying. Okay? Just stop. Really. I mean it. Stop. Because it's bad. It really is bad, what you just did. Really. I don't think you understand how bad that it makes you look. So stop. Really. Just stop. Do you really want to go into the AI, Scott? Do you really want to go into the AI? No, you don't. I know you don't. Especially with the 10 plus 10 account that conveniently comes out of nowhere and uploads about Bullseye. Do you really want to go there? Or do you want to just take the L, take the loss, and understand that police file does mean investigation, actually. So there's that. But Danny was saying there is no police file because Ryan is not a criminal. Does that make sense? Ryan is not a criminal. Police file indicates, yeah, he has a criminal record. Make sense? But you're fucking stupid. You don't get it. You have a criminal record.
No fake hiding anything. This shit has gotten serious.
It's always been serious with you. Always. Attacking family. Dude, we've already been through this. We've already been through this. I'm not gonna go through it again.
Fucking play dumb, but now you're gonna be involved in this shit.
So he's just involving Ken, okay? He's done this before, by the way.
As much as everybody else. I mean, you're harboring the guy. You're literally harboring and aiding and abetting a criminal and fucking...
Aiding and abetting. Again, I've already went through this the first time with him. Aiding and abetting. No. Just because Ryan is in Ken's chat does not mean Ken is an accomplice or aiding and abetting and hoping he actually continues threatening your family. Okay? You're doing the guilt by association again. Okay? But here you are, the same guy who also made death threats, the same guy who doxes everybody, is going to say Ken's a bad person. This guy who wants to be the arbiter of morality wants to tell you what you can and can't do and what's right and what's wrong. Oh, you're the hypocrite. Fool! How about you pull whatever out the dust out of your eye before you focus on somebody else's eye? I quoted Matthew, by the way, since you're into scripture. That's what Jesus said. Mr. Christian, you hypocrite. The pot calling the kettle black. The point has been made.
Giving him a wrench, you're obviously talking to him behind the scenes. You see what he's doing, so you are condoning his behavior. You call out all these fucking...
Since you see this, and you gave him a wrench, that means you agree with his actions.
Uh-huh. Ryan says, I take full accountability. I said that in the past, but recently, nah, not at all. So there you go. Here's the funny thing. I've talked to Ryan about this. You see that in the chat? He's saying, you know what? I was wrong. You know what? That should say a lot, actually. You know, let's just roll it back. That should say a lot. Here is Scott McKinnon talking about accountability, but doesn't want to freaking own up to the fucking things he's done in the past, but wants to point the finger at everybody else. But you got Ryan over here. Yeah, I did it. And I was wrong, but you know what? I stand by what I believe. There's a difference, okay? When I hear Dave say, you know what, I did that, I understand that, but I stand by what I believe. When Danny does it, yeah, I understand that, and not the best thing, but I stand by what I believe. You got Scott McKinnon who goes back and forth, well, like, they did it too. The same guy who's done it to everybody else. You know what the worst thing about this is? Is the fact that when in fact Scott does admit to this, he justifies it. And it doubles down. Well, like,
well, actually, I know I did that. Actually, I did do it, but I was justified in doing it because he's a bad person.
Really? And what did that person do to you? Say mean things? Look, an hour long. You covered quite a bit. Dude, I'm going to repeat another thing. This is not even going into the kid. You'll bring her up constantly. I'm telling you now, stop. Leave her out of it. Don't even bring her up. Let her be in peace. In fact, since you apparently have a kid, why don't you stop making a bunch of videos going into different accounts? You are in those accounts, by the way, until I see a stream of you collabing all at once and you guys talking amongst each other. I'm not going to believe it. I'm not going to believe it. All right? All right. So, I know you're not really spending much time with your child because this is what you're doing. Can you really say you have a child? Or are you neglecting her? Because I went through the videos on 10 plus 10, which also would be you. 2 to 5 hours each upload every time. Each time. What are you doing with that time with your child? What are you doing with all that time? Why are you doing that? You're supposed to be spending time with your child. But you're doing all this. Isn't it funny? You're doing all this? Really? This is what you're doing. All of this. While you could be spending time with that child. But you feel the need to bring her up every time. Why? I don't blame people for saying you're a liar about that. So I would just recommend you hang it up and get lost and spend time with your daughter. Okay? Because it isn't going to be me. It really isn't going to be me that fucks it up for you. It isn't going to be me that exposes it. It's really not. There are other people who'll be glad to fucking screw you over. And it would just take one video. It would take one stream showing just showing the freaking proof. Okay? Because I know you don't actually have a daughter. Hey, secret. Yeah. You don't actually have a daughter. Stop. Does that make sense? Ooh, that was quite a bit. I think I'm going to open some minds. I'm curious what people will think of this, okay? So I'm going to enter my Discord. People want to call me up. There's Vikings fan. I have teams. Vikings fans is actually in Ken and Dave's Discord, so. It doesn't actually show me the, So there's that. Come on. There we go. All right. My Discord. I'm going to hop in Discord, okay? What did you guys think? What do you guys think? Oh, come on. Load. Load. Okay. So, I haven't. Yeah, fucking my shit. Hold on. It's supposed to show the chat that this is really done. Yeah. YouTube streaming is done. Open my Discord called Fig. There we go. See if it does it again. Oh, it's been doing that. Cool. Now let's go back to my stream, see what's going on. I'm in my Discord, by the way, so anybody interested in hopping? Because, like, I know some of you are more interested in Joe Cronin stuff, but I think my stuff is pretty interesting, too. I think I did a good job of covering everything. Hold on. Oh, there's my stream. Come on. Come on. There we go. So we're back. Hey, no. So, like, it just keeps doing that, is that right? So, like, yeah. So, what's going on, everybody? I got more time to kill, so I'm gonna chillax. See? Yeah, I covered quite a bit. Covered lots and lots and lots and stuff. So, how is everybody doing? Ron the Hill. Okay, so we'll shout out people that were there. Devious Dave Rose. Nice to see you come by. Probably asleep now. Minnesota Vikings fan. Alan Gomez. So you watch animated shows? Interesting thing to say. Ryan the Hill clipped. So there's another name, Roman or something, right? Yeah. So it was a fun stream. I know. It's making the sound again. It does that all the time. I don't know why. So, like, hold on. What if I, disconnect? There we go. Is it possible that I can open Teams or something? Minnesota Vikings fan, are you alive? Been a minute. I want to see how you doing. Talk to me, buddy. Yeah, hell, my teams are open, so like, if you want to call in, go for it. Because I'm gonna doing like I've went through all this stuff, and this was kind of fun. This was kind of fun. Yeah, said enough about Joe. Said enough about Scott. He's not. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's not gonna. I wonder what he will do. Like at this point, like he's stupid. There's no way. No ifs, ands, or buts. Yeah, that's it. I guess I could do more stream. Right? So like right. Cause like I got more time to kill. Like I'm wondering what people like. Cause at this point it's just like people are kinda just to stay tuned in at this point because like I know. My phone did a horizontal change. So forgive it. Watch, it's gonna do it. There we go. My stream is way ahead, by the way, that's why. Hold on. Maybe my stream is. Well, never mind. Yeah. So I did a stream swap, so yeah. Maybe if it's like this. Never mind. It didn't show the chat at all. I could see the chat on my other device because I'm tuned into my own stream, right? But on here, it should show me my own chat. Like, that's the point. Why aren't you showing me my chat? YouTube, you're doing a bad thing. Show me my chat. Show me my chat. I could just play the rest of this. Why not?
And the people in Joe's fucking show and who he supports and who he hangs out with and you fucking mod the likes of that one of the worst people I think I've ever seen in this community, Ryan Neal.
Yeah, this guy talking. Well, my pride has been proven again. The pot calling the kettle black engine. Yeah.
You're out of your mind, Ken, with your double standards. But
another term he doesn't understand. It's the same guy that will say you're not allowed to have doxers in your chat. I'm a doxer and I should be able to interject anytime I want.
Everybody now knows where Ken's morals lie, right?
You are not the arbiter of morality. Who are you to who are you to criticize people for their morals? Really? Who are you to criticize anybody for their morals? Looking at you.
So it's okay. It's okay. Everybody just go attack Ken the way I'm being attacked by Ryan now. How about that?
Yeah, just go attack Ken now because I'm being attacked by Ryan. Make perfect fucking sense. Fucking moron. This is the degenerate Canada spawns. Yay. He can't even fuck off. I think that's why the person was asking about the animation, amazing digital circus. Interesting. Yeah, I watched that. It was okay. It was alright. It wasn't bad. Pretty good. Should I do, like, I mean, considering all things considered, I just covered everything I want, so, like, now I'm just kind of wondering what people think. And yeah, I know, like, if I do cover this, it's, just a move would just be dumb. So I'll say this, I got time to kill, but, I should wrap it up now because I covered everything. Unless people have other ideas of what I should cover about the guy. Because I've covered practically everything I wanted to cover. Him being the troll accounts, him attacking Ken, everybody else. The whole video of his daughter that he uploaded. Right. Yeah, I've covered everything. That's the thing, though. So, like, if anybody has other ideas, shoot. No, you six are here. Well, plus being me. Shoot, like, what's going on? Dumb it. Tell Bullseye what he missed. So, like, that's what I'm actually curious about, like, what I miss. I know some people may not be care and they just want to listen into something, so I understand that. I have the voice. to talk, right? And yeah, I do like talking. I don't know, I'm doing a stream this late of the bit, and I know some of you kind of like prefer early, I suppose. The reason why I had to do this so late because I was busy and I got something to do tomorrow as well. But I digress. It doesn't matter. At least we got the stream now, right? Right. And I know people like covering things of drama and stuff. So I did that. That's why I did this. Because I personally thought stuff like this is fun. Covering it sometimes can be tiresome, and that's why I think Dave Rose didn't cover it himself. Yeah. Go shoot for the stars, Scott McKinnon. Watch that.
Oh, so you did it. So it's been groomed.
You know, that's why Dave didn't do the review. Not because he didn't necessarily want to, but it's tiresome. He gets like, okay, come on, it's tiresome, right? Yeah, but it's fun at the same time. See it, right? Right. Listen, I'm not trying to be a dick. Okay, I didn't want to be a dick. I don't want to be a dick. I wasn't a dick in the last streams. Quite frankly, I was pretty kind. Okay, I was being cordial. You could make that claim. You could say Bullseye was being unreasonable all you want. You could say he's being this, that, and the other. He's an autist, denty, this, that, and the other. You can't say I'm wrong. And knowing all that, knowing all this, and if I'm able to understand terminologies, if I'm able to freaking dissect your statements, and if I'm able to be right to a point where you have to call for help, but if I'm a denty, dumbass who gets lost all the time, who doesn't know where he is, this and that and the other, what does that make you? What does that make you? Genuine question. What the fuck does that make you? It can't be any better. Better, right? What do you have? What can you stand on? Like, right, I got an unmoving chat that literally are just listening in at this point, who are just interested. Or maybe it's one of them is you, by the way. Hi there, Scott. Make yourself known, because you're probably recording this.
He keep talking shit about me.
Yeah, continue. Just continue, please. Go for it. I'm sure you're going to be uploading quite a bit of me. Hold on. No, you probably already did. Hold on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Supposed to say plugin mentions. Channel. That, oh, actually, new subscribers. Cool. Either way, though, that is what I wanted to cover. And I had to go back to my stream just because to make sure and keep up with chat. Right? Yeah, I covered everything. So I don't know if anybody really cares to share. Guess not. Yeah, I covered everything. So really, tell me if there's anything else, because it was fun, but I'm sure a lot of you would like to see more. So yeah, so shoot. I don't want my content to just be centered around this guy, by the way. Yeah, it's fun picking them apart, but that video of the daughter, I think I should leave to somebody else, like a Danny, or Ryan, or Dave, because honestly, I think they would love. Then again, they probably want me to do it. That's the thing. I think they want me to cover this. That's the sad part. They might actually want me to do that. Imagine that, Scott, getting exposed by an autist. How does it feel? How would that feel? Getting exposed by an autist for being a fake dad. How would that feel? How would that feel if Bullseye right now decided to expose you for being a fake dad? I could literally do that right now. If I absolutely wanted to. That it would be too easy. It's too easy. That's the thing. It's way too easy. And that's the sad part of how easy it is. And I held off on that for a reason. But unfortunately, it might. Fortunately, I don't think you're going to take my advice, but assuming that you will, just don't bring her up again. Please. And thank you. Don't even start. Because you dang well know Danny and Ryan will use it against you. Maybe even Dave if he comes out. Or anybody else that has issues with you. Tony may even. The guy who just conveniently goes into your comment section and doxes Joe for the fuck of it. No, seriously, Tony, like, why? Dude, really? Like, what the fuck? And it's Tony from Revere. He's a dumb fuck, okay? Yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, hey, Dave, that's your friend, Tony. So, you know, careful with that. Not that you care anyway. Ah, got my drink. Can't wait for a fucking review. Can't wait for your response. Can't wait to see who the voices are behind Scott Shaker 10 plus 10. 10 plus 10 could also be YR, to be quite frank. More so Scott, but YR is another possibility. That one was what what if this is YR? He's done a lot of AI stuff. But who knows? But it's still Scott again, you know? Yeah. It's just speaking facts, right? Just those three together. Do a collab with Scott, MK Ultra, or Drama Wars, you know? Just do a collab. Not too hard, right? Doing a collab and just all you talking at once and having a conversation. I'm sure that it's gonna be like totally different people with totally different cultural backgrounds that would just get along and share the same opinion about Bullseye, right? Or about Dave, right? Or about Ken, or Ryan, Danny, Diff, you name it. I'm sure they're just gonna have the same opinion. I'm sure or they're just different culture backgrounds with the same opinions. Totally gonna be different. Right? Because I already showed you why there's not going to be a difference. Type the same way, talk the same way, say the same statements, same rhetoric, right? Right? So, this is the idea. Too much evidence of him being you, Scott. You can't go, oh, you're retarded. How dare you think it's me? Buddy, it's clearly you. Look at the same exact things. You mean to tell me the person that thinks and talks the same exact way, right? Exact way as just happens to agree with you and just pops up out of nowhere agreeing with you? Am I supposed to believe that? Who are you trying to fool? Because it ain't us over here. And it ain't certainly Bullseye. You can say whatever you want. You know for a fact that you're intellectually outmatched, physically outmatched, mentally outmatched, in every single way. You're outmatched. That is where you're at. That is where you're at. And I can go all day talk about how unmatched you are, how unprepared you are, how you're just steps away from just getting humiliated upon humiliated. It's bound to happen. It really is bound to happen. I got a Discord message of them. Oh, got a message. It is. That's actually true. That's really true. Yeah, well, people are agreeing with a lot of the things I said in my Discord. Uh-oh. The messages are going off in the super secret server. Oh no! What could we be talking about? Oh no! Well, oh wait a minute. It's just talk about nothing.
We're getting messages. Oh no, they're talking about me. They keep talking about me. No, they keep talking about me.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Absolutely. That's exactly what's going on, right? Right. This you're a new kind of breed of human, aren't you? It is really fun picking you apart, just so you know. Tiresome sometimes, yeah. But it's fun picking you apart. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm going back to my stream. Just check my Discord messages. That's all. Just all. Just checking them out. I know. I'm not talking much. I should really review it. An hour 26 minutes I went there. How long do you think you guys think I can go? Cause bro, Scott McKinnon is fuming right now. I kid you not. He's fuming. He's fuming over this. Yep. He's fuming. But I do want to call it a day. And at the same time, because I don't want to give dead air to people that deserve their time of day and just wanted to come on and just chill out and listen to shit talk and shoot the shit. I understand. I should wrap it up eventually. So again, I would like somebody to tell me what's going on in the chat. Tell me what I missed. If not, if you like what you see, I guess that just means I did a fine job, I guess. Which is good. Which is good. I like making people feel like they just got their content's worth of Scott Mid-Doxer and him being shredded. People love Scott getting roasted, right? People like that. People like that. Anyway, I'll go for 5 more minutes. See if anybody wants to do. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. Because, like, you never know what these people rent. Then they may come back, go, oh, like, Bozy, in a troll account, rather. It's like, what are the odds? What are the odds, right? Because it was fun, and I liked doing it. It was fun to see people just kind of tune in. And what I do like about the streams and doing these streams is when, and this is just one of those talking points I'm going to go off on right now. I know some people get here to just talk shit about Joe or Dave. Yeah, Dave. Sometimes people like Bullsy talking shit. I don't talk shit about Dave though. Though I've done that before in the past, right? But Dave and I are cool now, so what the point? Why would we do that, right? Other than that, I do like doing these streams because it tells me like when I see people, 6 people tuning in. Just I prefer like an active chat. Don't get me wrong, but when I see 6 people just tune in to just sit there and listen, it tells me like I'm engaging with them enough to a point where they can just sit back and relax, and that they like what I'm saying. Usually when people chat in the chat, it's to give their opinion, right? It's like some people like to share their thoughts, or they like making corrections, right? When I'm chatting and sharing my views, I usually don't see that. I guess you could say that's me doing something right if people are just listening in. And at the and of course, like some people just like listening, and Dave, Ryan, Danny, a lot of people can't even talked about this to me. Like they just like listening in. Where it's just like, and it's interesting too because like I've had people in my chats that come out of nowhere. I'm just listening in, like okay. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like the fact that I just say things. I've always wondered, like, is it just because I say things as they are to a point where you don't need to engage? People don't exactly have to engage with it because it feels informative but also fun to listen to. Who knows? Like, it's just something to do. For me, and this is just me, not only speaking for myself, sometimes when I go into chat, right, I feel the need to, like, tell them information because I like knowledge is important, right? For instance, somebody wants to discuss finances. Hey, Billsy, how do you want to do finances? Well, like the simple thing is you got to learn how to you got to learn where your money's going when you're spending, right? So that's where I go. Some people ask me about this. This could be like also a separate stream where I talk about finances too. Because why the fuck not, right? So let's just briefly talk about it. Some people always ask me about this. Stocks, right? First and foremost, stock market is not the best way to get rich. It is a good investment for a retirement, I'll say that much, but you're not going to get your money's worth exactly because it's a gamble. Like a Bitcoin, I would recommend Bitcoin for at least a year. It depends on year, actually. Sometimes for Bitcoin, for 2026, it's still 2025 and 2026. If you did invest 2025, you did it right. You made the right choice by investing in 2025 because it was going to go up. And over time, depending on the years, in 2025, if you made the smart choice by investing, you would have made at least 10% up. And sometimes it fluctuates, like from 100 to 200, maybe more, right? Let's say you did $5, right? For Bitcoin, right? Over the year, you're going to have $200 or $400 because if like the years fluctuate. But that's how Bitcoin works. You're going to make a lot or you're going to make nothing. Okay, so that's how Bitcoin works. It's an up and down thing. If you invested in 2025, you did a smart job. Okay, you got to follow trends, and you just have to follow the trends when it comes to Bitcoin too. Always follow trends, okay? Know when to pull your money out of Bitcoin and reinvest in it when it's convenient. 2026 is also a good time. Still is. Invest now, as soon as possible. Okay, $5. Just start with $5. Small, cool. All right. I'm not saying stock markets because yeah, you're gonna make some money, have some money left over at best when it comes to stock markets. If you do the $5, just go back to the same example. You will have at best, okay, let's over the weeks, right? If you invest every week, $5 every week, how many weeks in a year? 52, right? So 5 times 52 would be 260, right? 10 plus 10%, you'll make $270. Not too bad. Not too bad. That's your stock training for today, cows, if you're there. Yes, that works in Canada too. Plus, Canada has a more expensive $10, I know. You know what I mean by that. But it's the same thing. Nothing changes. I'm drinking my energy drink called Excess.
Yeah.
I hope that was good and fun information about the stock and financial budget journey. But I would recommend people understand where their money's going before they start really getting into the money deal. A lot of people kind of just skip over a budget. Let me tell you, you have like a budget will tell you if you do your budget. Hell, you know, get a person auditor. I don't care what you do, or you can get ballsy. I don't know. You find where your money's going. Okay, tally them up and use all the numbers. Don't round them. Just use the exact numbers. Okay, calculate them. Okay, and just put them all together. For okay, let's do this. I challenge you for people that want to try to be more financially responsible. Do this. Tally up for the entire month of March. At the end of the month of March, get a budget sheet or do a budget rather. And what I mean by budget is tally up how much money you spent in total over that month. And after that, well, no, that's not just a month. How about 2 months? How about change March to how about from February to March, right? The end of the start of February and the end of March, okay? Tally those up, okay? Find out how much money you spent in total across those 2 months and find out how much money you made across those 2 months and compare them. That's another challenge. It will tell you where your money's going, okay? You have to find out where your money's going. And that way you'll be able to save money. Believe it or not, us humans, including me, Bullsy, a financial person, financially superior to pretty much a lot of you. Don't say that to be arrogant. I say that because it's true. Hi, YR. Fucking blew your money on Joe, didn't ya? Anyway, point being, I'm making this, is that it's not about how much money you have. It's about how smart you are with your money. If that makes sense. You don't have to be a millionaire to be financially free. Not necessarily. But you have to be as financially smart and have a plan. And a plan's pretty easy to develop once you know where your money's going. And believe it or not, humans like me, I was going to make this point, and I'm going to make it this point now, tend to spend money not thinking about it. I still sometimes do that, don't get me wrong. I should think about that more often. I'm getting better with it, but I'm improving, right? But the start of being smart with money and being financially stable and being smart with money, that's why I'm able to donate so much, one of the reasons at least, is the fact that you know what to spend on. Okay? For instance, I would recommend, if you're starting off right now, I would recommend have a roommate. Okay? Have roommates and share the bills. Okay? Because that will help. It's harder to be on your own with inflation, especially if you're in Canada. It's just that hard. It's bad. So you're better off trying to build something as you're living with people. That's the best option. That's one. Two. Okay, so when you do that, you can also plan accordingly of what money to spend. And you'll realize once you control your spending habits, you'll realize you'll have a lot more left over. That's the beauty of that. Because if you control your spending habits, because it starts with controlling your spending habits, your behavior. Therefore, you change that, it feels so much better. You have something to have left over. And let's say you wanted to donate, you can. Oh wow, I have $100. Oh, Ken got 100. Or to Dave. Whoa. Dave got 100. Or even to Joe if you like Joe. No, hey. 100 to Joe. That's cool. Pretty cool, right? I know. It's easier said than done, right? But this takes a bit of effort. No biggie. And trust me, you can. It's actually the easiest thing in the world once you really think about it. All you have to do is understand where your money's going. Because I promise you, you actually don't know. There's your stock and financial training. Because training counts for you. For you. Because it's not just about stock trading. That's the last thing you should worry about. Stocks is not the best way. It's one of the ways, but not the best. I just talked about Bitcoin. I got into this. All I'm saying is that you don't need stocks. You need stock training. You need financial training. That's it. Don't worry about stocks. Don't worry about Bitcoin necessarily. That's a personal choice, right? Right. But what I will tell you is do a budget. Learn to do a budget. Learn where your money's going before you invest in anything. Okay? Because you really don't know. It's hard to know where your money's going if you don't know what to do with it. Like, you're going to lose money, so it becomes a pressure, right? I would recommend just doing your budget and finding out where your money's going, and then plan accordingly what you want to do with that money. Get a person that can help you do a budget. Get a person that can help you tally up how much money you're spending. Trust me, it'll be worth it. Can you do it? Well, I mean, like, I can, but wouldn't you rather your locals do that for you? I'm just saying, like, that's the financial stuff. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. That's... Hold on. I got a message. Oh, wow. Got a battery. I think I'll end it here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm Bullsy, people. Bye-bye.